Hi, I'm Mark Baer. You're at the Bloom Show. I'm with Elizabeth Murray, whose book, Bloom, is a great book. Elizabeth is a artist, a gardener, a shaman, now a singer, part of a choir,
A path to joy.
and a woman of wisdom, and my dear friend, and now it's a party because you're here.
Yay!
And Elizabeth and I have been having an ongoing artist conversation over the last several years.
Yeah, 5 to 10.
5 to 10 years. And again, the recent theme that we've been mulling is the idea of manifestation for the artist. How one creates the artist's responsibility to the community's responsibility to the artist's responsibility to the artist, and how the community manifests.
And one thing about responsibility is how we respond.
That's
how
good.
we respond. So I feel if we are in touch with our spirit and in our soul and in our heart, then we're going to be responding to that, and that's going to be clear medicine and clear offering for the community. And then the community and the artist can commune. We can respond together and kind of have something nourishing.
Yeah. So I respond. I've had some really great experiences just watching your art change.
Thank you.
Because as an artist, and especially someone who makes much of their living making art, change isn't something that people are pushing you to. But internally, the growth is necessary.
Absolutely.
So you often are in a place where your gallery owner or your collectors are urging you to, paint Starry, Starry Night again. Let's paint the same thing. But you're growing and changing, and you're also someone who is committed to a lifetime of making art. And you see many years down the road of where you want to go. So you can't afford to sit still.
And that's not fun.
It's
It's not fun.
Because you're not going to have a surprise.
That's right.
Yeah.
And also, I would add that a lot of times change comes upon us, whether it's part of our life, our aging process, the climate, or like me bringing people to Giverny to paint, that got changed. But now I'm reinventing to bring the art of life and cooking and painting and plants and lifestyle. I'm designing a new program. So we have to look at change as opportunity and not something that we have to control and hold back on.
So let's because just to fill the audience in a bit, let's start with the idea of Bloom, what that book was about, and where you are post Bloom.
Post Bloom?
So I'll let you give the or more Bloom.
Right.
Bloomier.
We're going into fruit. Blooms fade, so then we can have fruit, right?
That's true.
And then we can have harvest.
Then we have harvest.
And then we can go dormant. And then we can bloom again.
That's right.
But anyway, my book, Living Life in Full Bloom, has 4 pathways. The pathway of the gardener to be intimate with the natural world. And this is a sweet show to kind of explore that. And then the second pathway, the pathway of the artist, to be in creativity and discovery and making magic. And then the third, the lover, to lead with the heart and fall in love every day. Because what we love, we will protect. And we need to fall in love with our earth and one another and diversity. So we embrace it and we preserve. And then the last I call Spirit Weaver, which is really about the magic and the unseen world and celebration and ceremony and ritual and sneaking little things in that make a life really rich and magic.
So one of the things that I've been going over about this is that, especially because this program that involves a lot of young people, and it's the leap between thinking and doing that that leap of faith.
Yeah.
And the leap of faith is something that's, we aren't the experts teaching the young. The leap of faith we are always making that leap of faith. They may be starting to make that leap of faith for the first time, but there's no expertise at the leap of faith. So for me, starting to paint late in life was a leap of faith, but for you, the choir and this musical thing has been a new gear in your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about this new thing that's come in your life.
Well, for me, I think anything that puts us on edge and makes us get in touch with our fear so we can let go of that fear, and puts us on our authentic, creative, in the present moment. And so singing does that for me, and it's heart connected, and it's all about joy. And I get to see where I judge, and where I judge, I hold back. So it's an opening to me to let go and be more in trust of the process.
Let's talk about Lisa a little bit, because she's a magic person.
She is. And she's a medicine woman.
Yeah. Say her whole name so people know.
Lisa G Littlebird. And she's a great teacher of mine and someone I just love and admire. And she has the Wholehearted Choir, which is an adult community choir, and we have from 16 to 92, and we are growing, and it's all about joy, and it's all about like a healing, a medicine for the community, to receive and to listen and to sing.
And so people are singing who have never thought they could sing before.
Yep, no tryouts, and we don't read music, we memorize it. So it becomes kind of cellular. And then we have a children's choir as well. Some of these little kids that were just running through here, they're in the children's choir. I've just seen a bunch of them as I wandered the festival, and it's so precious. The children are so precious. Yeah, so Lisa's choir is really a gift of community weaving. I think that's one of the biggest gifts, and when we can get the community to actually have harmony together, to resonate, then you might have that person over there, you go, I don't really like them for whatever reason. And then you're harmonizing with them and you fall in love with them. And it's a precious
So it's a way of transcendence.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And resonance and radiance and all kinds of things. Yeah, and I think she could be, on Broadway if she wanted to, but instead she's giving this to these. Some people are good singers, but I call myself a ragamuffin singer, and she can make magic with us. It's remarkable.
So let's talk about our wonderful community, because it's a magical place. I saw so much wonder this weekend, and I kind of see my job as being a bit of a cheerleader. Because I am so impressed with what's going on. But I think articulation is important, and we've been the conversations that I have been having with you have been important over the years, and I, just talking and part of the brujo, the magic of creation, is articulation is part of it.
Yes, and I think especially when it's a creative chaos, which you're really good at.
I'm a master of chaos.
Master of creative chaos. Well, it's good to pause, and it's good to frame, and it's good to hold out and have some conversation about that process. And you do that really well, Mark, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate that you appreciate so much diversity, and that you like to mix the pot in that.
And that is, I do it because it feeds me.
Yeah.
I don't have altruist, I'd like to think I'm better than I am, but it's not about altruism. It feeds me.
Yeah.
It's what we need as artists, and we need artists. This is something else we often talk about. We really need people going full out, doing their best, really trying to say, look what I did, and then you go, oh, look what I did.
And look what we can do
look
together.
What we can do together.
And look what a difference it can make. And this is a sweet collaboration for you to be working with young people and live plants, like right here.
And
it's precious.
And Kirsten Bachman Berlin. This is her.
Vision.
She's the vision behind this. Well, the kids had the vision, and she's the lady that hit the wand and made it
Good,
happen. And
good.
it's very cool. So Bloom. So it's pretty synchronous. So it wouldn't be a party without you.
Thank you. That's why I wore my coat.
Yeah.
It's my full bloom jacket.
We got our coat. So anyway, we're out of here. That was good.
That was fun.